Happy Friday Eve, everybody. This is Real Talk, and I am Demi Hendrix. What's up, everybody? Come on in. I'm going to give you guys time to come in. As soon as you come in, let me know you're here. And don't forget to share. Share. I'm about to do the same. So don't forget to share. Can't wait to see everybody. Can't wait to have our guest on for the night. Got a great guest here. One of my favorite people here in Vegas. I cannot wait to bring him on. So come on in. Let me know you are here. We are going to get started. Tonight, I'm going to ask you guys to be my co-hosts. So if you have any questions for my guests, just put them in the comments. I will try to look periodically and see what you guys got going on in the room. Just be patient if I haven't asked your question. If you got to, just throw it out there one more time. But I'm not going to overlook you or anything like that. I just want to make sure I interact with my guests appropriately. So you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments, and we will go over those as soon as I get a chance, once we get them in and going, okay? So everybody, don't forget to come in. Let me know you're here, and share. I'm going to give you a few more minutes, and then we're going to introduce our guests. I can't wait. Can't wait. Hey, Shay. What's up, baby? Hey, E. Don't forget to share, y'all. Welcome. I'm going to go on and introduce my guest tonight. My guest is an amazing and just talented gentleman. He's an amazing individual. He does a lot of work here in the community. He wears a lot of hats. I didn't know where to start when it came to introducing, but I'll just basically start where he actually prominent, where he basically he just does his thing, okay, on a daily. So Mr. Ken Young is the district captain for the CSD school district. Wears a lot of hats. Not only does he do that, by nights, he is an entertainer. And when I tell you he's a wonderful entertainer, he has had part in different bands, groups, just amazing guy. So we're going to bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Young. What's up, brother?
Hey now, good evening.
Uh-oh, let me see what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on, let me change my layout. There we go. Okay. What's up, Ken?
There you go. Hey, good evening. Hey, everybody.
How are you? Everybody's really excited. I don't know if you can see the comments. They're already
I'm fantastic.
Starting, so ladies and gentlemen,
I can't see them, so.
This is magnificent and talented Mr. Ken Young. Ken, I don't even know where to start with you. Like I told you earlier, I had wrote down like all my questions. So we're just going to kind of start way back when, okay? We kind of want everybody to get a feel of your background and where you're from. So tell everybody where you're from and how you get to Vegas.
Okay. I'm originally from Oakland, California, Yay area.
Yay area.
I've been in Las Vegas. Yay area, exactly. I came to Las Vegas in 1982 as a member of the U.S. Air Force. I was supposed to go to Germany, but ended up coming here. That's another long story. And didn't think I'd be here that long. Next year will be actually 40 years in Vegas. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So with that being said, you said you did your term in the military. You came out of the military. How did you get into policing the school district here in Clark County?
Well, I did 9 years in the Air Force.
Oh, you froze up on me, Ken. Give us a few minutes. You froze up on me. Can everybody see me? Can you hear me, see me? Are we good? Because it looks like I froze up here. He's coming back. Give him a second. Technical difficulties. It's all good. It's all good. Cuz, hey, TT. Okay, he's coming back up, TT. Hey, Sarah. Give him a few minutes. They said everybody's saying you got frozen, Ken. Uh-oh, there he goes. Hold on. Let's bring him back up here. There you are. It's all good. It's all good. You good?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. So we left off with how did you become a police officer and start policing CCSD school district?
Well, after my second term with the military, with the Air Force, they were going to send me to some places I just did not want to go. So I decided, let's do something different. Talked over with the family. I saw a gentleman in the uniform that I'm wearing and told me about it. Took a shot, and here I am 30 years later. I've been roaming these halls for these kids for the last 30 years, and it's been a great ride.
That's awesome. And we say Captain Ken Young, which is
Yes,
that's really cool. Really cool. So you went from now you've been a police officer, you've been policing CCSD schools. You also sing, you do music. And that's a full-time job. That just up right along with working with CCSD, you sing full time. You are one of the most blessed artists here in Vegas who is always working. So how did that come about?
Well, my music started back in the Bay Area in Oakland. I'm a PK. My father was a pastor of a local church there, so I started off as a drummer. Started playing drums
Okay.
back in 19 blah blah blah. Now, anyway, uh, for for all my church kids, I was a quartet drummer. That's how I
Okay.
started. Then I started playing horns, and then met a gentleman. He's
Wow.
my brother now, Derek Hughes and Daryl Coley. I met them.
Yes.
They heard me messing around singing, and he's like, told me don't ever get back on the drums. And that's how I started singing. I mean, shameless plug, and I tell this, I'm honest with this. I started singing to meet girls.
Oh, of course. Of
So
course.
that's what it was.
That's how it works. Is that how it works?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
would you say playing the drums was maybe not your calling, or maybe you were just better at singing versus playing drums?
It was a calling, but it was not, where I was going to end up. Obviously, playing horns and drums was not where, I would end up. So my
Okay.
stronger suit has been singing. I was a decent drummer. The stuff that these kids are doing now, I would have never thought of.
What? Yeah. Yeah. And that was my next question. Being a PK, what was that like growing up? What is that household like?
There was some good and bad. Basically, pastors are basically like public servants. They're like elected officials. They have these large audiences and congregations and people that they are responsible to and for. So we had to share our parents on a large basis, 24/7. People were always pulling on, tugging on, reaching out for. So there was a lot of times, when they had to make a decision if they were going to do something for the family or were they going to go out and do something for the parishioners. So, that was
Right.
plus, with the stigma and the title of being a pastor's kid, people were always watching you. So, you couldn't do anything, as a normal kid. I mean, I had to learn how to cuss. You should have heard me,
Really?
I had to
Oh,
learn how to
wow.
do that.
And I'm sure
So,
it probably came along when you were in the military, right?
mm, I got pretty good at it after a while. We couldn't, growing up in the church the way that we did, we couldn't do a lot of the normal things. Like we couldn't play cards, any games that had dice. We couldn't listen to
Okay.
certain music, movies, dances. The women had to wear dresses at all times. It was
Yes.
interesting.
Old
I look
school
back on it now and
Baptist.
go, wow. No, Ogo, I'm a Koja kid.
Kojic? Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, Kojic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So now do you have siblings or does everybody in your family sing or have a voice?
The music came from my father's side. So
Oh,
there was three boys, one girl. One brother has passed on, but my oldest brother sang. I started singing. We all started singing at different times. My sister is still currently singing now. My mom was the administrator. She was, the one that could put things together, and that was her strong suit. Music wasn't it. Every now and
right.
then, get in the spirit at church, and she would bust out in a hymn or something she would sing. But music, that was not her strong suit, and she's watching now. So
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But
I won't tell if you don't tell.
she's watching.
So,
She's watching.
oh, good, good. Hey, Mama Young. So, back to your siblings. I'm familiar with the brother Fuzzy.
Yeah,
Fuzzy, everybody, and his real name, and I just know him by Fuzzy because I remember when he sang with something for the people who I was one of my favorite groups of the '90s.
right.
Your love is it was my
Will you never
so
find a living love
yes,
that good? Yeah.
yeah. So, tell us about Fuzzy.
So Jeff was the youngest boy of three.
Okay,
Um, so his real name was William Jeffrey Young. Fuzzy
okay.
was one of those names that he picked up in the industry. He had a couple of them. But actually, the full nickname was Fuzzy Lil Nasty. you know.
Oh,
So,
got you.
but Fuzzy is what stuck, and that's the one that was palatable, and we could get that past our mom. So,
Okay. Okay. Now the two young ladies, were Jesse Powell's sisters, right?
yes, yep.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Very interesting.
Trina and Tam, yeah, we still stay in
Yes.
touch. We still stay in touch.
Okay, that's what's up. So my next question to you is before we get into all my other questions, you've been a front singer, frontliner with Sons of Soul, with Reggie Gonzalez and the late greats Bruce Williamson, who we love and adore and miss. Kinfolk, Unc, and Nephews. Did I miss anything?
So yeah, Ken Folk, Unc and the Nephews, Sons of Soul, Ken Young and Friends.
Yeah.
Those are the mainstays of the bands that I've been in, that I've had the opportunity to lead. I've been with a couple different situations here, in town. I've been very fortunate to work with some great people.
You have an amazing bio. And speaking of that, you've gone on tours with wonderful, amazing, iconic musicians and singers. Your last big gig, tour gig was Gladys Knight, correct?
Yes, so I was very fortunate. I had the opportunity to tour with Gladys for 13 years, while I
Wow.
was a full-time police officer. So we started
Right.
off with a residency here at the Flamingo. We did that for
Okay.
5 years, #1 show. So I had a chance to tour with her after we left the Flamingo. We toured, man. My passport had all kind of stamps. I had miles and miles on all my frequent flyer stuff. I got
I
a chance to see
bet.
some places.
What was that like working with Auntie Gladys?
Gladys was great. I mean, she's a taskmaster. I learned a lot from her, her and her brother Bubba. So I learned a lot of different things about consistency. Um, Her thing was, if people were coming and spending their hard-earned money to come out and see you, or just taking the time out to come out and see you, you want to make sure that you give them a memorable night. So I've seen her sing, after surgeries, not feeling well,
Wow.
family loss, you name it. She's gone through some tragedies, and she come on stage and she made
Wow.
everybody feel like, she was on top of the world.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. She's just amazing. I know she was just in Atlanta this weekend and people
Yeah,
were posting up and I was watching a couple of their lives and she's just still amazing. Her and
yeah,
Patti LaBelle,
yeah.
they're just timeless and endless. So who would you say you haven't worked with but would love to work with?
Um, one of my favorite singers, everybody knows, is Peebo Bryson. I've
Yes.
had a chance to meet him, talk to him. We've talked, down through the years. Whenever he comes to town, I get a chance to go out and go check him out, talk to him. He's given me a lot of good tips. Him and probably Glenn Jones would be the two if I ever not opportunity to
Ooh.
do anything on stage. Would be a
Ooh.
duet. Then Will Downing.
Oh,
So those,
yes. I see that. I really see that. And ladies, just FYI, if you have not heard Ken sing Feel the Fire by People Bryson, you are missing the treat. I've been at some of your shows where women literally were taking their and put it, yeah. Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. You just singing, y'all.
it's been fun. There's been some nights when I'm like, ooh, I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna get in trouble now.
Yeah. It's like, what is going on?
Woo. Yeah,
So
that's
that just kind of gives everybody an outlook as at what kind of entertainer you are. And you work with some magnificent individuals on stage as well. You got Miss Kiss Kiss, who I just love that little girl. She's like a little girl. She my baby. She my baby. She's
yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing talent.
Yeah,
So
man, she is so dope. She's a great singer. She has bars. She's a
yes.
great writer as well. A lot of people don't know that
Okay.
she's such a great writer, and so she gives me so much energy on stage, and keeps
Oh
me trying to
yeah.
stay young in my thinking on stage. So uh,
Right.
this- that's a part of the Kinfolk, the band, and that actually she's the one that gave me the name when we were
Oh.
rebranding. So she came up with that.
Oh, that's cool. And I love it. I love it. I know the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, I like that. I like that. I love Unc and the Nephews. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that's
cool.
been fun. That's been a lot of fun. I been using a lot of the younger musicians, and their approach to music is just so unorthodox. They don't play by any rules to an extent. They've learned how to improvise, and do some tasty stuff, which pushes me. And nothing
Okay.
against the guys that are in my age group. I still work with a lot of them as well. But
Okay.
stuff that we're able to do with some of the younger guys right now is just it's amazing. And so it's a good bridging
Yes.
of the gap between younger and
Absolutely.
older. So it's been great.
Absolutely. You posted last week, it was a quote, or you were basically just stating that it's not easy for artists to always get up there on stage. So my next question would be, do you ever still kind of get the butterflies of
Oh,
the, yeah?
definitely. It's the night when
Wow.
Yeah, it's the nights when I go in like and I'm confident, like, yeah, man, I'm gonna kill this. Those are my worst nights. So I'm always apprehensive,
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I'm always apprehensive. It's like, okay, one, here's the biggest thing, are people gonna show up?
Right.
You know, that's the biggest thing. Are people coming? Then now people are here. Do I have the right song selected that they're going to leave out of here that they've had a good show, they've had a good time? And that's one of the beauties about the musicians that I have is that we can gauge the room, or I can gauge the room and say, you know what we had planned, we got to call audibles and let's do something a little bit different. So I've been very blessed that I've got musicians, that can do that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm nervous. every time before I step up.
Wow. I'm like, wow. And
Yeah.
that's the great in you. I mean, you would never know that, especially with your experience and the length of time you've been doing it. That's okay. And that actually makes me feel better because I think we've spoke on it. I have stage fright. I suffer from stage fright, and I get up there, I be all pumped and ready to prepare to go. Get up there and I just like bomb. I just it's like this is not cool. So I get that, but you're seasoned, so I it makes me feel better. But it's like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
no,
interesting.
I still get nervous. Just so for so many different reasons, that I get nervous. Vocally, am I going to be on par? Am I going to get to where I need to be vocally for this night? Oh, I'm a little tired. Am I going to be able to overcome that? So all the
Yeah.
internal struggles, getting up, and then if people really know me, I'm really kind of an introvert.
Okay.
I'm an ambivert, as they call me now. So I'm really kind of laid back until I hit the stage. That's a whole
Okay.
different personality.
Okay. You get your mentality. You get your mental together.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like the Jekyll and
Okay.
Hyde type thing.
Okay. So, you've done now. How many projects do you have? I know my favorite project is the Healing Pain. Your studio recording of Healing Pain. It's one of my favorite projects. Healing Rain is the title song off the album, and it's amazing. Do
Yeah, I
you
did
have
that.
any? Huh?
Yeah, we have some more stuff that's coming out. Reggie Gonzalez and I are revamping some of our material that we did when Bruce was with us. So, look out for
Okay.
that. We have a stepper single that's going to be coming out called You. It was produced
Oh,
by Demi Hall. And so we have some gospel that we have out. We're putting back out. Joe Piggy produced and
okay.
just slammed it. I mean, so KCEP has been showing us a lot of love on our gospel stuff. Reggie
Okay.
and I
Yes.
are back in the lab doing some writing. So 22, we got some stuff coming. You know, Sons of Soul are still here. It started off with Reggie and I,
Right.
and we're coming back as that, and I'm still honoring Bruce's contributions. So people keep
Yeah.
asking, "Are you going to replace him?" I said, "We can never replace him. Never."
No. Not Big Sexy. You can't replace him.
Hey,
Can't do
right?
that again. God broke the
Yeah,
mold.
yeah.
So
So
yes, I can't wait. That sounds amazing. There's a couple people I did ask everybody if they did have any questions to please throw them in the comment. I see not questions, but I don't know, kid. I have about three people that's asking you to sing a little bit, and the one I know, my auntie, she wants you to sing "Feel the Fire."
oh no, no.
A little something. TT,
See the
you
way
still there? Because if he starts singing, you better be on this live.
the way my throat is set up on Thursdays. No.
I know that's right, kid.
Let's see. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Yeah. Whoa, feel me. That's enough.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. You got that, TT. She better be on there. So, what was your greatest moment out of your career in music? What is one of the greatest moments you can take note and take with you?
Wow. Wow, that's a good one. So
Hmm.
I've had some great opportunities. I think when I always knew that music would take me places. So I've traveled
Hmm.
around the world, traveled to other countries, other continents. I think one of the greatest for me is when we had the opportunity to sing at the White House during President Obama's
Oh,
tenure.
oh,
That was an awesome night. And the funny part was 2 weeks prior, he was here, and I was in on his detail as a police officer. Got a chance to
oh,
meet him.
wow.
We were back and forth. I said, "Man, you need to invite Gladys, to the White House." I didn't know at that time we were going. So when we ended up there, he came to do the meet and greet. And I said, "Hey, I just talked to you 2 weeks ago." And he's looking at me strange. I said, "I'm the police officer in Bay." And he remembered the conversation. So I think that was probably
Wow.
one of the highlights.
Right. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that would do it for me too. Um, do you have anyone that you would, and we're gonna say gone on or that's still here, that you would like to just sit musically, that you would like to just sit down and get nuggets from?
Oh man. Frankie Beverly,
Mm,
one of my favorites. Just talking about his longevity in the game and that if he never puts out any new music, he can still
yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
He can still tour.
Yeah.
Um, would love to have sat down and talked with Prince and just talk about the musical genius, that he is, or he was, and still is.
It still is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Timeless. Both of them are very timeless.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I told you I had like a lot of questions. I'm not trying to keep you
Sure.
too much longer, but I just want to touch everybody because I really want everybody to know who you are. Outside of you, me being a fan, because I'm a fan, you're also my friend, and I just love you to death. We met in church singing in the choir. And I'll never forget, for all my 805ers out there, I have a couple on. Look, I'll never forget the night, everybody came down and was introducing themselves to me after my first meeting. And you came up to me and was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Ken. Where are you from?" And I said, "No, yeah, you asked me where I was from." And I said, "Oxnard." He said, Ken said, just tell people you from LA. Don't tell nobody you from Oxnard. And then you actually said the Nard. I'm shocked you
Yeah.
knew that we called it the Nard at the time. You was like, I said, how'd you know that? He was like, I'm from the Bay. I was like, oh, okay. And you just been my boy from day one. I love supporting you. Um, People come in from out of town. I always, say, hey, if you want to go out and do grown and sexy, go to the Blue Martini, go to the Sugar Daddies, go to you're everywhere. So you're just an amazing individual, and you just have so much talent. You're very resourceful. So it's like I'm honored that you're even here sitting here talking to me tonight on the show. And we've gone back and forth about you coming on, and you're like, all you got to do is just say when. So
Yeah. What took you so
just
long,
say
man?
when.
What took you so long? Yeah.
So
No,
I
I
really
appreciate,
appreciate.
I appreciate the support, and you guys have been hanging out with us, and supporting us, on the good nights and the bad nights, So this definitely appreciate. Yeah, and I remember that talking about, you from Oxnard. I was like, don't ever,
The hell.
no, man.
So, Ken, tell everybody where they can find you here in Vegas.
So right now, every Friday night, I'm doing old school at Sugar Daddy Cigar Lounge. If you can handle the smoke, come on through. I'm there with Uncle and the nephews on Friday nights, and we have a ball. Um,
Yes.
we do a lot of fun stuff on that night, on that Friday night. On Sunday nights, I'm still at Blue Martini. I've been blessed to be there for 7 years, as a part of
Yes.
many of different bands. Over the last 7 years, I've been there. Monday nights, I'm over at Level One Bar. We're doing 8 to 10-ish, something like that. So there's a
Okay.
couple of things that are coming up. I can't say yet, but some pretty good stuff is coming up.
I can't
Uh,
wait.
Reggie and I are putting some things back together to travel. So Sons of Soul is putting some things on the map to get out and do some travel stuff, along with our
Okay.
recording. So,
Okay.
that kind of stuff is happening. I'm doing some voiceover work now, getting into voiceovers. So doing that kind of stuff, just, kind of
You working.
diversifying.
You just work.
Yeah, yeah. I've been so blessed. Throughout the whole pandemic, I worked and was able to, put money in other people's pockets. So I've been
Right.
very, very blessed.
Amazing. You're just an amazing pillar to the community. Before you go, let everybody know where they can find you on your social media. And then it's a two-part question. once we do that, we're just going to end out with you just telling us, what would you tell somebody or individuals who is trying to seek out their dream, that are aspired to do, whether it's music, write a book, what would be an inspiring word? But first, tell
Okay.
us where we can find you on social media.
Social media on IG, you can find me one of three ways. Unc and the Nephews, that's UNC and the Nephews, all one word. Ken Folk, the band, that's KEN Folk, the band on IG. And then Ken Y Smooth or Ken Young, you'll see me on IG. Same thing on Facebook, but primarily I'm hanging out on IG. You can find me
Okay.
on those platforms. Somebody that's just coming into the industry, or they're midway, or they're at that point of like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Doors keep on closing, you keep on knocking, and you keep on, approaching those doors. And then you have to network. This is a
Mm.
networking business. There's so many talented people that are just sitting at home because they haven't gotten a break. Well, a lot of those people have not taken those steps to get the break. There's a lot of people out there. It's like, yeah, man, I can sing so much better than that person, but you can't out hustle that person, and
Right.
that's the big difference. It's networking.
Yeah.
People know that. Like for me, because how I started when I got here in '82, Darkest Speed opened her mic for me. And I'll
Wow.
never forget that. Darkest Speed opened her mic for me. And I was a little church kid, so I didn't know anything other than church music. So she fed me the words to "Baby, Come to Me." We did that as a
Ooh.
duet.
Okay.
She feed me the words. I was familiar with it, but didn't know it. If it had been "Oh Happy Day" or something like that, yeah, I would have killed it.
Right.
But Uh,
Right.
Darkest opened her stage, to me. Other people started opening, Tex Richardson, those people started opening their stages to me and allowing me to do, things. Then I disappeared off the scene for a while doing only gospel.
Okay.
Uh, then I started working with Gladys, so I was still off the scene. So I've really been back. I've really only been out as a solo artist since 2014.
Wow.
So a lot of people
That's
think I've been
impressive.
doing it for a long time, but they saw me in
Yeah.
other venues. So I tell
Right.
people, I've been at it for a minute, keep on pushing. So people like Anthana, Will Thurman
Yes.
opened the stage for me. People like that, that open
Yes.
stages for me. Um,
Wow.
Nephew Devin Moore. I mean, so it's just, so a lot of people that have been blessing me over the years, and I've been trying to remain worthy of that by giving back. Singers know if they come out, I have no problem opening the stage, opening my mic, to other performers that are
That's
coming
what's
out there.
up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep
And you
going.
as well. I mean, this is a wonderful thing that you're doing, with the Real Talk with Demi. That's what's up.
Thank
Even though
you.
even though you're from Oxnard,
Ah, whatever.
the other O in California, like, yeah,
You need
whatever.
you need to visit Oxnard. Don't go through Oxnard. You need to stop and hang out in Oxnard and check it out. It's an amazing little city. It really is.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Tell them
it
to invite
bred
me.
me. It raised me.
Hey, tell them to have me come down and do a show. Maybe bring one of the bands, either Ken Folk or Uncle and the Nephews, and we'd love to come out and do something like that, down there in Oxnard.
All right. Good night. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for being here. Still clouding me about Oxnard, but I love you anyway.
Hey, thank you for having me. And like I say, people come out and support live music. There's a lot of great artists out here. Hopefully, you're on your way to see all of the other ones. You stop by and see us somewhere. Come out
Yes.
and do some stuff. Hey, let me do this. I'm challenging people to let me know some of the stuff, some of the songs you could hear me doing that you want to do. We're adding new material, and so we're looking for the stuff that y'all want to hear. So those of you
Okay.
that follow to hang out with us, hit us up. Now hit me up on one of my inboxes and let me know what you want to hear. I probably ain't gonna sing it, but I
Okay.
just want to know what you want to hear.
I want to hear Donnie.
Who?
Donnie. Donnie
Oh, Donnie.
Hathaway.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
hear more Donnie.
Got you.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
you. I
That's
just did
my
one the other
request.
night. So yeah, I got you.
Okay. I love you, my friend. You take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Y'all take care.
All right. Have a good night. Wow. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you guys for joining me. I did want to make an announcement. This is the last Thursday. I'll be doing Real Talk with Demi Hendrix. I'm not going away. I'm just moving to Wednesday because we got football back, y'all, and I'm a football fan. So I want to be fair as well as I want to make sure that everybody can catch it. If indeed you still, because you're on the East Coast, you're getting it late, when you come in and you start watching it, just hashtag replay. Let me know you were here. But again, we are starting domestic violence month next Wednesday, not Thursday. We're going to go to Wednesdays as of the 6th, October 6th. I'll be posting it. I'll also post my guest. I have next month is going to be an emotional month. But I believe it's going to be informational and inspirational at the same time. So I encourage you to please join me every Wednesday in October for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're going to be talking about a lot. There's a lot to go over. So thank you guys for being here. Great show. Again, you come in, hashtag replay, share, and we will see you next Wednesday, 7:15 p.m. Pacific Coast Time on Real Talk. I am Demi Hendrix. Good night.